This is Andy Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by former two-time world champion Joe Cordina over Zoom. Joe, how are you?
I'm good, thank you, Andy. Just finished my training. When I got some lunch from my cousin, and then just come back to chill. The house is empty for another half hour, so yeah. So I'm gonna get do this interview, and then I'm gonna have a little rest.
Make the most of it until the madhouse returns, Joe. But yeah, obviously you've finally got a date. You finally got yourself something to work towards. Before we come on to that, last time I saw you was at the Johnny Fisher Dave Allen 2 Fight Week press conference. You was waiting to have a meeting
Yeah,
with Eddie. Obviously
yeah,
that's gone well because you've got a date with Matchroom again. So just talk to me about that meeting with Eddie and what you guys discussed and the plan back for you.
yeah. Well, it's quite a straightforward straightforward meeting, really. He just said, he said the plan is to get you back to a world title. So obviously, come back, get the ring rust off if there's any. Um, Lay your hands go on someone, and then we'll push you back into something big at the end of the year and push on next year for um for something really big. Hopefully, become a two-way, three-time world champion.
Obviously, it was previously mentioned that kind of yourself and Eddie had a few back and forths with the media, but any kind of differences of opinion all squashed now, I assume.
Yeah, do you know what? We've had the conversation. We've had a couple of conversations about it. I just think it was um, I was getting relayed certain things and I wasn't hearing it from the horse's mouth certain things. So I was yeah. It just then what I was hearing, I was getting my back up, and then I said certain things, and obviously vice versa also. So yeah, but it was sound. Once we cleared it up, and me and Eddie, and then me and Frank, we had a good conversation back last year as well. I went up to the offices and I sat with Frank and we've gone through a few things. So yeah, it was all good. We're back on track.
Joe, just with regards to your opponent, Jared Quiros, what do you know about him? What are you expecting for this return bout?
I didn't want someone that's just I can go in and just bang out of there. Do you understand? I need something that's going to put a little bit of fear into me and make sure I'm sharp and switched on. So he's got the same record as me, 17-1. He's got a lot more knockouts than me. He's 13 knockouts out of the 17. So I got to be switched on. I can't just go in there willy nilly thinking I'm just going to walk through him. No, he's a Mexican. One, they come to fight, and then two, he can punch. So I got to be. I make sure I'm switched right on and not take anything for granted. So if I don't get through him, the quest to become um, a three-time two-weight world champion is out the window.
What in terms of that progression then towards world titles? The division is relatively open. There's not a single man who's dominating it. Obviously, we saw Keyshawn Davis this past weekend vacate his title because he missed weight considerably ahead of what would have been his homecoming bout. What's the route for you? Which way do you see yourself going?
To be honest, I any world title, but I'm fighting for a WBO global, so that's obviously going to put me higher in the rankings in the WBO. Um, so yeah, that's I can only assume that's the route we're going to go down. But obviously, the IBF is a Muratalla. He just been
Yeah, he's been
upgraded
upgraded.
to the full IBF champion. Um, there could be a fight there. I've been with the IBF previously also. Um, yeah, I'm happy to go down whatever route is the like not easiest, but easiest to get to a world title in a sense of the quickest. I just want to be fighting for world titles or involved in big fights. So for me, obviously, you got the WBO Global on the line, and then that just gets me a higher ranking, and then move forward from there.
With that in mind, then obviously we know Abdullah Mason, Sam Noakes have been ordered to fight for that
Yeah,
vacant title now. So before we bring yourself into the equation, there, what it provided that one is agreed and the fight goes ahead between them two. What do you make of a Mason and Noakes fight?
that's a very good fight. Very good fight. Obviously, you got the young talent in Abdullah Mason. Clearly he's shit hot, isn't he? He's very good. But he's also vulnerable because we've seen in the past he got put over twice. Um, And then you've got Sam Noakes, who's like a bull out of a china shop. Every time he fights, he can whack. Um, he's physically strong. So I think that's a fight of completely two different styles. Um, and I think it'll gel to be a very exciting fight. But 100%, that's I've always wanted to be involved in big fights. And like I said, like people always ask me about Sam Noakes. Sam Noakes, I've never ever knocked him and tried to play him down. He's always been a great fighter. But people, they now he's on the world stage now in the sense of he's fighting for a world title. I've been there for world titles and won them. So um, for me, it just didn't make sense for me to sort of pick out a fight with Sam Noakes, even though he's highly ranked. It's just not. It's not. No one's really gonna. If I win, no one's gonna talk. But if I lose, my career's done. Do you get me? For nothing. So now that he's fighting for a world title, that's a. I believe he can likely win that quite comfortably as well if he gets the tactics right on the night. Um, then that'll be a massive fight for Britain for a world title. Obviously, I got to do my job first and foremost in 3 weeks' time. So, um, but yeah, that could be a big fight, UK fight.
Do you think there's a chance then, Joe? Because it's obviously been well discussed that Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn want to do another 5 versus 5. If Sam successful picks that up, he can obviously be Queensberry side. You could be Matchroom, and we could clash on some type of 5 versus 5 card for that title.
100%, 100%. But obviously, he's got to do his bit, and I've got to do my bit. Do you understand? So there's no point saying it's a fantasy at the moment. Obviously, they haven't even come to an agreement that they're fighting yet. So, um, yeah, and obviously where they need to come to an agreement of otherwise they're going to go purse bids. Um, we don't know how long until that fight's going to happen. So I might have 2 fights in by then. Do you understand? So yeah, it's just one of those things. We just got to keep winning and keep moving until something like that gets presented.
And obviously, you mentioned Raymond Muratalla as well, being
Yeah,
elevated to full IBF champion. What would you make on a potential fight with Raymond Muratalla?
yeah, great fighter. I kept an eye on him from a while back. Very, he's not like people ain't like blowing smoke up his ass like a lot of the other fighters. But he's a very, very good fighter. He's technically very good. He's a strong geezer. Um, can all round. He can fight. So yeah, definitely. Like I've always said, Andy, I just want to be involved in big fights.
I know in the past, Joe, you've spoken very highly on Vasily Lomachenko. You've even said that if ever there was a chance your paths could have crossed, you'd have loved to have shared the ring with him. He's obviously just announced his retirement, hence Muratalla being elevated. What do you make of Loma's career now? We can all look back on what a man who will go down as one of the greats.
Listen, one he's been hard done by on a few fights. I believe he beat what was his name in his second fight for the world title.
Um,
Um,
in the, oh, my mind's going black now. It's really bad.
yeah, you know what I'm on about anyway.
Yeah,
But I believe he won that fight,
yeah.
and then he was hard done by um, who else was there? That he
Haney,
Haney. Yeah, I believe he smashed Haney to bits, boxed his ears off. Um,
Salido, that was it.
yeah, Salido. Yeah, but he's been hard done by. But from the career from an amateur to the pros, it's just remarkable, in what he's achieved. Um, yeah, he'll go down as an all-time great. For me, he's especially as an amateur, he was one of my idols as an amateur. Do you get me? So for me to share the ring, if I did share the ring with him, it would have been a massive achievement for me, and I would have that that option got presented to me, I would have took that straight away.
Joe, sticking with the theme of what could have been potential fights, we're expecting to see Cacace and Ford announced we're imminently. It's a fight which has been Eddie Hearn confirmed they're close to announcing. So yeah, what do you make of Cacace and Ford?
good fight. It's two completely different styles. Um, Speeds, you'd have to go speed, forward. Um, Boxing ability, you have to sort of even it out a little. But his experience, Cacace's experience, um, could bring him through that. But yeah, we don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna say yeah 100% him or 100% him. I think it's a good fight. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that if that do get made.
Are you disappointed that there hasn't been more of a kind of an openness maybe from Team Kakachi to try and make that rematch that you said you wanted up at lightweight?
Yeah, well, I was on the phone to Simon Legg a couple of weeks back. Lee and rang me, and he's with Simon. So I said Simon, I said put Simon on the phone. So I was on the phone to Simon. I said, listen, I said when we gonna make that rematch? He was like, oh Joe, we're staying at super featherweight. I said, so what's all this talk about coming up to lightweight? And he was like, oh no, we're gonna stay at super. I said, no, okay, if you're gonna stay at super feather, I said, I like all the best and good luck to you. Yeah, I said, if you want to unify, and I said that's the plan, then crack on. I said, but if you come up to lightweight, I said, make that fight. I said, remember, Simon, I said, I'll give the opportunity. I give him an opportunity. I didn't have to take that fight, but I give you an opportunity. I said, so not only you vet off it, I said he vet off it. I said, just let me put that wrong right. I said, it's still going to be a big fight. I said, I know I'm not going to get the same money as what I was getting for the first one. I said, he's the A side, not me. I said, just let me put that wrong right. And he was like, if we come up, you'll definitely be in my thoughts, Joe. I said, okay, no problem. And I just had to leave it at that. So, yeah, but they won the lottery that night, and there's no chance they're going to revisit that. No chance.
In the
Just from me even having a conversation with Simon, they know they won the lottery.
in the meantime, obviously we've got the Shakur Stevenson-Williams-Zepeda fight on the horizon. Just get your thoughts on that one, Joe. You expect to see a pretty routine victory for Shakur?
Uh, I would like to say yeah, but he's non-stop, Zepeda. He don't stop. He don't stop. And if he thinks he's gonna just box, move, grab, and do that all night, yeah, he's got quick feet and he's smart. He's a very clever boxer, Shakur. And like I said in previous interviews I've done, I'm a big fan of Shakur, but I don't think you can do that against someone like Zepeda. If you're gonna beat someone like Zepeda, you have to punch with him, and then when he's attacking, you got to make him miss as well as counter him and whatever. You can't just hit him with ones and twos and just go on your bike and then cover up and grab hold, and you can't do that. It's as we seen Turkey Al Sheikh saying recently, anyone that runs, we ain't promoting it. So yeah, if I think it's going to be closer than what people think, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that one as well.
Davis-Roach too. Although not official, we're expecting to see that one on August 16th. Do you expect to see Gervonta Davis right the wrongs of that first fight?
Um, yeah, I would say, but you can't write Lamont Roach off. He showed. He. I'll be honest. He made Gervonta look a bit average that night. You get me? Even though he's not, he's a very good fighter himself. But it's just from the people that didn't know who Lamont Roach was at this before that fight, especially UK fighters. They're not sort of how can I say familiar with Lamont Roach. The hardcore fans are, but like every Tom, Dick, and Harry ain't. So yeah, they were like, oh yeah, well Javante ain't that good, but no, Javante is that good. But Lamont Roach is very good as well. So yeah, I think to the normal person, he made Javante look really average. But I just think it was a very good fight. He had the game plan off to the T, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the second one because obviously Javante got a point to prove, and Lamont Roach, he knows it. He can win the fight. So even though he would have fought that the first fight, but he might start a little bit quicker and come out the blocks a little bit quicker and catch him off guard. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one too.
Last one from me, Joe. We got Manny Pacquiao returning as well on July 19th. Just get your thoughts as a former world champion, somebody trying to get yourself back into a position to fight for world honours once again. What do you make of, no doubt, one of the biggest stars of the last couple of decades in boxing's return, but also the fact he's going straight back in at world title level?
Well, I wouldn't mind that myself. Um, but yeah, clearly it's through his name and what he's done in the sport. I've got him into that. Like, was he 40 odd now? 40,
45.
45, yeah. Um, you put him in. You put him in with, like, say, Jaron Ennis. Jaron Ennis, will light him up. And that's no disrespect. I just think Father Time catches up on you. And I seen with his comeback fight, um, you could see he just wasn't as alert as he used to be. His speed wasn't as good as it used to be. Clearly, his power wasn't as good as it used to be. But yeah, if he does pull it off, he's going down. He's going down as one of the best fighters ever to lace up a pair of gloves, isn't he? But yeah, it's a big ask if you ask me.
Joe, just quick one because I've got to ask you about kind of a current training situation. You're back home in Cardiff at the minute.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know that you've spent some time with Barry Smith down at the Ben Davison gym and Lee Wiley. So, where are you at in terms of that training situation?
Well, I'm training back home. I'm training with Gary Lockett. Um, and I chose to do this because I've lived away for 18 years of my life in my boxing. It was like 9 years coming up. It was like 8.5 to 9 years up in Sheffield with Team GB, and then 9 years with uh, with
Training.
Tony Sim. So yeah, it was. I was getting a bit fed up of traveling back and forth. It's a long old way to be traveling. Then not only that, when I'm finishing training, I'm coming back sitting on my own for hours on end. It do get to you. And now I'm back home. I'm training. I'm experiencing enough now to realize certain things are distractions. I can put them aside. I don't need to worry about certain things. But most of all, what's making me happy and love this sort of period in my career is me going to the gym, coming home to my kids, seeing them to bed, waking up, seeing them to school, and I'm enjoying my training a lot more because I come back and I'm surrounded by my loved ones. Do you understand? I've missed so much of their life. I've almost missed all of their births. So yeah, I'm just happy that I'm with someone now that been there and done it in the sport. Gary, he's been at the highest level, um, and I'm around a good bunch of boys. You got Reese Edwards there, you got Ben Crocker there, you got Carvel Crocker. Who else is there? You got Kieran Jones, Liam Ball. Liam Williams is back in the gym training. Um, so you got a good bunch of boys around. And yeah, I'm happy to be home. I'll be honest. It's been a long time coming. I've always thought about doing it, but yeah, I think this last bit of my career, I think to keep me happy and motivated, I think I need to be home, and that's where it's brought me.
Obviously, you've achieved a great deal in your career, Joe. You've got great and vast experience. How much more do you feel like you are picking up currently when working with Gary compared to your time with Tony and over at the Ben Davison gym?
Yeah, obviously he's completely different style towards what like down at the Ben Davison gym with Barry and Ben how they train. So it's completely different. But like he said to me, he said, Joe, he said, you won two world titles fighting the way you were fighting. He said, not much needs to be changed. He said, you was running as a Rolls Royce. He said, you don't need to change your style. You just need to tweak certain things and be given the right instructions when you're going out to fight. Which, when I sat back and I like deep it is, he's right because I was doing everything correctly. So um, yeah, we're just working on certain things in the gym now. He's giving me instructions um, when I'm sparring, and it's good instructions. Like for instance, I forgot to mention Gavin Gwynn is in the gym as well. So like I'm fighting a Mexican, and I got a Murphy Mexican in the gym. So he's relentless. I'm actually sparring him tomorrow, funny enough. So him and Ben Crocker. So I got great sparring in the gym. So for me to spar them sort of boys that are at the level that they're at, and Gary's giving me the instructions, and I can see it coming off, then I know I'm with the right man. So I'm happy where I'm at, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing what comes of what we're doing.
Joe, it's good to see that you're in a good place, Ben, and you're enjoying your time now. I'll leave you to, like I say, crack on with the rest of your day. Thanks for speaking to me. I'll catch you soon.
Working, Andy.